Hey guys, I'm Chuck.
And I'm Allie.
We are AlliChuck Adventures. This week we are heading to
Destin, Florida.
But we're not camping. Unfortunately, we did not take the RV with us to Destin this time. We were actually there for work.
Yes, we are actually there for our Carnival Crew, Motley Crue tribute band. We have 2 back-to-back gigs.
So we figured while we were there, why not explore the town and check out some of the RV parks and see if Destin is a destination that we would want to go back and actually do some RV camping at. So you'll need to stay tuned to see what our final decision is on that.
Is it really worth it going to Destin, Florida?
Good question, Allie. All right, so if you guys are new here, why don't you take just a quick second, hit that red subscribe button down below.
And ring that bell notification so you can follow us on our journey.
It's free.
That's right.
So I wanted to share something with you guys just real quick before we jump into Destin. And I made a video about this, probably a couple years ago, maybe a little longer than that, about 303 Aerospace Protectant. But this time I actually went ahead and bought a gallon jug of it from Amazon. It seems to be, you save a little bit of money buying it that way in bulk. And I plan on using this probably about every 6 weeks on our RV. It's summertime here, the sun's brutal here in Florida. And I really think that this is what kept our previous rig and its decals from fading and cracking, because our first rig that we had, the decals were horrible. And they were already starting to go when we actually bought the rig, buying it used. So, being as how this is a new rig and we want to keep it looking as good as we can for as long as we can, I'm going to be very religious about using the 303 on it, because we don't have any cover back here. We really can't, we don't have the room to put up a cover. And the thought of just having to cover the RV when we're using it pretty much every weekend just doesn't appeal to me. And I think that with the UV protectant in this formula and in this product, that it will serve its purpose and really help protect the RV in the long run. I actually use it on the tires. It helps protect the tires. I just spray it on and just let it soak in, and it gives it a nice shine too. But it also protects it. I use it on the seals, all the rubber, and I use it on basically the whole rig, but definitely the rubber seals around the windows. You can see I've actually gotten a little bit on the window, and it's kind of smeary, kind of like an Armor All type of thing, but it does really provide great UV protection. And $50 for a gallon jug of that, it's going to last probably, I'm going to say 4 applications at least. I think it's well worth the peace of mind knowing that it will protect these graphics and keep them from fading and peeling over time. One thing that did crack and fade, or crack and peel, is our RV lock. It's fallen apart here, and I ordered a new membrane for this, which is like $11, and they charge like $6 for shipping, which is pretty ridiculous. But I figured I want to go ahead and replace it, and I'm gonna spray the 303 on it and just see if it helps that last longer too. Because we've had this RV lock about 1.5 years, 2 years, and it's already cracking. Love the lock, but really feel like they should just give you new membranes as you need them. But nothing in this life is free. So first off, the gig that we did Friday night, second song in, we had a little bit of a mishap.
Yeah.
Our singer accidentally hit our guitar player in the face with his mic stand. It was a total accident. So
it was horrible.
It was quite bad.
He was very lucky that he did not need stitches. He did not have any broken bones. It was basically just a contusion.
So unfortunately, with that accident, we didn't get to do the things that we planned to do Saturday. We had planned on exploring Destin and everything it had to offer, and basically just being tourists for the weekend, or for that Saturday. And because we stayed up until about 3 a.m. with Scott and just making sure that he didn't have a concussion or anything like that, which we didn't think he did. I mean, he played the whole show. Honestly,
which was amazing. I don't know how anybody could do something like that, but
yeah, honestly, if he'd had a concussion, he wouldn't have been able to remember the songs and everything.
Right, that's true.
But we were just a little concerned, obviously, and worried. So we stayed up quite late, and then when we finally woke up the next morning, you know, it was already, the day was already halfway shot, you know, and we were basically getting up and going out for lunch instead of breakfast.
Yeah.
But we did try to get a little bit in, and we're going to show you what we did see, and I'm going to we're going to kind of give you our thoughts and opinions on Destin of what we did see and what we did get to do, and we'll just take it from there. How's your quesadilla?
Better in bed.
So while we were there, we definitely wanted to drive down and check out the campground at Top Sail.
Yep.
And we unfortunately couldn't get in and just do a drive through the campground. That's why I'm going to just show you an aerial of it here in a minute. But this is a campground that we definitely want to come back and stay at, regardless whether or not we like Destin or not, because we've heard Top Sail is so awesome.
Yes.
And it was about a 20-minute drive from where we were at in Destin, staying in Destin, I should say.
So we looked at the rates for Top Sail, and it's about $42 a night.
Yeah.
There are actually a lot of sites there that we noticed.
Yeah, it looks like a very large RV park.
Right.
Just a little side note, the state parks here in Florida have raised their rates about 30% from what I understand, and I guess they're calling it a new utilities fee.
Right.
Maybe it's due to a lot of these newer rigs having like 2 and 3 air conditioners, and back in the day when they set some of these rates, you know, the rigs were a lot smaller back then, so you know, it's still, to me, it's still worth it. I'd still love the state park experience, even if it is starting to creep up in price a little bit.
That's true.
Another campground we drove by, and this is one that I've seen on a few videos, is Camp Gulf.
It is right on the water. Like you have beachside right there.
Yeah.
Now it's a little pricey there, but it's worth it because it's so beautiful. So we actually looked at the price for the spots there, and it's about $170 a night.
On the beach sites.
Yeah, but what's the other ones?
The more inland sites are like about 100 to 140.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, the rates go down in the wintertime for the beach sites. I would have assumed that they would have been even more because of the snowbird, you know, and that aspect of things, but evidently people don't want to camp on the beach in the winter.
We found a couple other campgrounds. One was called Destin Village, and one was called the Destin West RV Campground.
Right, these are both campgrounds that are pretty much on the main drag there. We didn't really go off the main drag to look in any further. I'm sure there's a lot of campgrounds, you know, just outside the city.
Right.
But again, prices are pretty pricey here. I mean, I looked on the internet and they're like $140 a night, so not cheap.
Yeah, Destin is definitely a very rich area. So
this is one thing we
just
did
expect that when you're here.
The one thing we did notice while there, very touristy. It's very much like an Orlando, Kissimmee type of area. I mean, if you're wanting to find an Alvin Island
you have
store,
no problem.
There's one. Seriously, there's one. I think every 3 blocks. Not joking. I mean.
And we actually found one that was burnt down too.
Yeah, the last time we were there, we actually had shot some B-roll, and they had like cool like tiki heads and stuff out there, and I was like, "Whoa, that's burned down." You know, that building is burned out. And then I looked and I seen it was an Alvin Island, but you know what? They built a new one right next door to it.
Yep.
So it didn't
Go figure.
It didn't take them long to get that new one up. I tell you that much. Oh. But another thing that we did notice, traffic is horrible.
Oh my gosh. They should seriously have a sign that says you can only turn right when you come out of any parking lot. Because if you try to turn left, you're going to be sitting there for a while.
On that main drag.
Yeah.
Another thing that we did notice is our show ended at about 10:30, 11. We were out of there by just before midnight.
And we were starving.
So we decided to go to a McDonald's.
Closed.
Burger King.
Closed.
All the fast food. It's like closed. It's like a whole town closes at like midnight apparently.
And we had to end up eating food from a gas station, which this man right here is kind of used to that.
As I will quote from Clark Griswold,
I'm so hungry I could eat a sandwich from a gas station.
And that's pretty much how it was.
and that's what I did.
Yep.
So I guess one of the main things that probably people do gravitate towards Destin in that area is the beach and the water.
Yes, it was a beautiful turquoise and beautiful blue color. And the sand is so gorgeous, and I can see why people like to come to Destin because the beaches are gorgeous.
They really, the water really looked beautiful from the road where we were driving.
Right.
We were driving right by because we were all too tired to actually get out and do anything.
Right.
But it did look like there was a couple cool little beachside bars and restaurants there. It would be fun to probably go back and check out. Another really quick thing that we saw while driving down the main drag there is Henderson Beach State Park. Now that's not got any camping, but it just looks like it's mainly just beach access.
Yeah, from the aerial footage, it looked really nice there.
It really did. Another thing that I actually discovered online that we were going to go check out and we just didn't feel like doing it was the village of Baytown Wharf. Now that looked really cute.
Yes, it did.
So we're trying to show you a little bit of like Google Earth here of what it kind of looks like. It's a bunch of these little shops and everything, which was kind of cool. So as we were just kind of out driving around, we were getting hungry for lunch, and we decided we were going to get a Chipotle. And the shopping center that Chipotle was in was actually having a car show, which was kind of cool. And I got to go around while Allie and Scott were waiting on food and kind of check out some of the cars. They had the General Lee, which was kind of cool, and people were lining up to take pictures with it. There was a couple other little cool things like the old Tennessee number 7 Jack Daniels, like Hot Rod, and some old trucks that resonate with me, like the old 70 Chevy pickups, and there was like some 57 Chevy cars, and just really cool. I like looking at the old cars. I don't know a lot about them, but I like looking.
Yeah.
So I had my first smash burger.
Yes, you did. What'd you think about it?
I thought it was a very big burger. It was very hard to literally get my mouth open wide enough to get it in my mouth. It was good. Was it worth $18? I don't think so. You know, all I got was the hamburger, a small thing of fries, and a drink, and it was $18.
Right.
I don't know if that's what all smash burgers are, because it's obviously it's the first one I've been to. Or maybe that was just a Destin tourist price. I don't know. Boy, whew, that was a shock to my system there.
Okay, at Chipotle, I had carnitas quesadillas, and which is new on the menu. So it's kind of cool. I was excited to have quesadillas.
Like we were saying, I mean, we just kind of drove around. We seen, you know, it was just a lot of like putt-putt golf and little water parks and the beach. Very touristy. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes.
Very, very touristy.
I think it's really
geared towards families and kids.
and kids. Yes, and if you want more of like a secluded beach environment, this is definitely not the place for you.
No. So I will say, I think I speak for Allie, and when I say this, that in wrapping up what we feel about Destin, and I know I'm speaking for Allie because we talked about this, obviously.
Is it worth it?
Is it worth it? For us, no.
No, it's not worth it for us.
We like more old Florida, more historic,
like St. Augustine.
Right. Obviously, you know, anybody who knows us knows we love St. Augustine.
I mean, St. Augustine is touristy because you are going on tourist.
But there's still history.
Yeah.
I didn't see any history really in Destin.
No, it was strictly beach enjoyment, beach shops. Beach, everything beach,
restaurants,
beach.
Yeah.
But nothing historical, really.
No, nothing that jumped out at me that I would say that this is someplace that I would want to spend a lot of time. I do want to go to Topsail, like we said. I do want to camp there because I just think that state park is going to be gorgeous and you're there on the beach and everything. But if we had to choose between, say, Destin and Topsail, or say St. George Island and Apalachicola, no question we would take St. George Island and Apalachicola.
Because Apalachicola is
Old Florida.
It is Old Florida. It is a beachy area, and St. George is definitely beach, but it's definitely, like you said, it's more Old Florida feel.
Yeah.
It's not designed more for a billboard beach front type of feel to it.
Maybe we just didn't get to see everything. So if you guys know of some things that maybe we're missing.
Maybe that's historical that you can tell us about.
Yeah,
we would love to maybe see that when we stay at Top Cell. We would like to check out some historical places there.
Of course, yeah. But we actually looked on Google, and I didn't really, I had her look for like historical parts of Destin, and she didn't really find anything.
I had a hard time finding anything.
So if you know of anything, drop us a comment down below. I mean, we're not opposed to going, like I said, we're going to go back because we want to try to get in Top Sale. I mean, these are our opinions. I mean,
we don't want to deter anyone from going there.
No.
This is just our personal opinions.
Yeah, this is what we saw while we were there. And I mean, and if you're like us and you like more of the old Florida, I don't think this is old Florida.
No.
But if you like Alvin Islands, this is your town.
They had surf style.
Surf style, yeah.
That was it.
So Alvin Islands.
Alvin's and surf style.
If you like those,
you're good.
You're gonna be in heaven. All right, guys. We hope you enjoyed this video, seriously, and we hope you got some use out of it. And if you enjoyed this video at all, please make sure to hit that thumbs up down below. That really helps out the channel. Drop us a comment. All these things help out the channel. So next weekend, our plan is we ordered a new paddleboard. We're going to try it out, see if I can stand up on it. We're going to head up to Weeki Wachee. Believe it or not,
for the day.
Believe it or not, we have lived here how many years?
I've never been to Weeki Wachee.
I've never been to Weeki Wachee Springs. So we're going to go up just for the day, try it out, test it out, see if Nikki can ride on it.
We heard it's beautiful.
And after that, if it works good, we're taking her to Rainbow Springs. All right, we'll see you guys next week.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.